Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Gaming News. We're in a new location today. Why? Because people are home and I don't like doing videos in front of loud people who are eating chicken enchiladas in front of me. Yeah. Plus, I realized I could open the window and actually get more light instead of turning on a little light in the corner of the room where it's all dark. So it's actually a light and good quality video. Yeah. But gaming news. First up on the list, we have the Overwatch role queue being live. So this was something that was kind of a big thing coming out to eliminate people throwing and everything. That's the real intention, obviously. The real intention was not because Jeff Kaplan decided, you know what, they need more time to prepare. Because honestly, they took away the time to begin with, so why were they giving more time back?
Now, I know that I usually wouldn't give even a slight toss about what you guys have to say.
So they've added this whole concept and everything, and apparently you can, I haven't played it yet, actually. But I guess what you can do is you can select which role you want to be, so you can play healer and support, or that's the same thing. You can play support and DPS and tank. You can choose all three of them, and then it lets you play whatever. I don't know, it feels kind of like it's a bad idea. When I was assuming that it was literally just choosing one or two things. I'm not entirely sure how it works out. Maybe I'll get to play. Maybe I'm not getting this quite right yet. But what I have learned from it, what is true, is the rewards that I was talking about last time, and the matchmaking times. The matchmaking times for DPS are a lot higher than the matchmaking time for healers and tanks. Which part of that is because DPS is more fun and a lot more people like to play it. It's also part of the fact that there's 2 times more DPS than healers and tanks. So yeah, that's gonna be an issue you run into. So they're experiencing longer wait times, and you also have, because there are fewer healers and tanks, they get rewards. So if you play a tank, you actually get coins that you can use for buying skins and stuff, and if you play a support character, then you actually get a loot box. So yeah. Next in the news, we have to talk about Apex Legends. I know, a big deal. So this game, it had a new event. The solo event, where you could play solo instead of a team of 3, because it's always been a team of 3. You could never play solo or duos. It was always you had to be in a team of 3. So they added the solos event, and apparently you can get skins and stuff from it, but you can only get 2. And so the rest of them you had to buy. And this upset a few people because they were like, oh my god, I have to buy skins and everything. Well, now there's more to this issue, as I just found out earlier. Apparently the head of the game and everything from apparently someone talking from Respawn, probably the creator of the game actually. Basically, here's what happened. They added new collectible items and everything, like skins and stuff, to the game, and one of them is extremely rare and costs $170 of the currency in the game, which is literally ridiculous. I mean, I thought Fortnite's prices were ridiculous of buying I think each skin's $5 or something, which is kind of really stupid. That's a lot of money to spend on a cosmetic item. But they're charging $170 for a skin. Is it even a pack? No, it's just a skin. It's one skin. That is insane. Literally insane. So a lot of Reddit users were really upset by this, obviously, and they took to Reddit to complain. And then one of the game developers decided to respond. And he did not have anything nice to say. In fact, literally everything he says, because we are a good Christian channel, we cannot repeat. There was a lot of name calling and very inappropriate things said on the Reddit, and it's basically turned into a little bit of a war zone kind of thing, which you would not expect from a game developer. That's not a level that you want to have and everything, and it just turned out to be a mess. Speaking of game developers, we have to talk about Borderlands 3. That's right, a game I've waited so long to play. That's right, I've been waiting. I think I started playing Borderlands 2, and then I've always been waiting for the Borderlands 3, and then the pre-sequel came out. I was like, yes, I love this. And then it hinted at the next game, and I was like... And so yeah, I've been waiting for Borderlands 3, but a lot has happened. And if you've played the new DLC in Borderlands 2, you'll realize that the claptrap kind of sounds different. I noticed it right away because I'm a veteran Borderlands player, not character. Basically, it's a new voice actor because of what I'm about to tell you about. That's right, I'm about to talk about the Borderlands 3 boycott. They're boycotting the game, people are. So there's actually a lot that goes into just this one piece of this story, because the main reason that people want to boycott the game is Randy Pitchford. There's so much to talk about with this. I didn't really know about all this until I saw something just on the side of like an article I was reading about the Vault Insider program thing, which you should definitely check out to get some rewards and stuff for Borderlands 3, if you're not boycotting it, of course. So the first of many controversies with this is that there was a big deal because Randy Pitchford, they're saying that he allegedly gave himself a bonus of $12 million. Yeah, he gave himself the bonus of $12 million. That's a lot.
They asked me what I make, I said it. Well, with 6 zeros.
Okay, what else did he do? I mean, can't be that bad, right? Well, then he attacked Game Informer, basically complaining to them and everything about how they misinterpreted what he said about microtransactions. Which microtransactions are basically when you buy something in the game, like a Fortnite skin or an Apex Legends skin or whatever. He said that they basically misinterpreted his way of saying it, and so he was upset about that. I mean, bit of an overreaction maybe to attack him for it, but like, maybe it's a little justified there if they misinterpreted it actually. I don't know if they actually did, because I didn't look up. Maybe I should. I looked up basically what was happening. It was basically Randy Pitchford saying that Borderlands 3 would not have any microtransactions. Basically, he did talk about, later they talked about how there would be skins and cosmetic items that were released in the game that you could buy. Still kind of unclear as to this point if you're supposed to spend outside currency on it, like a premium currency, sort of like V-Bucks kind of thing, or if it's just in the game kind of stuff. I'm thinking it's more of an in the game kind of thing than a premium currency from what it sounds like. But from the way they phrased it, I believe they actually said, we're selling cosmetic items, but we're not going to nickel and dime players. DLC will come down the line, but the game won't have anything excessive. So it does sound like they're selling stuff. But then Randy Pitchford said, literally seconds before I said that, I made it very clear we're going to do more cosmetic stuff like we did in Borderlands 2. You know what I was talking about. You know I was talking about premium currency and loot boxes kind of stuff not being in our game. So he's basically saying no, like, currency and stuff in the game, nothing like V-Bucks or the Apex Legends kind of thing, the Apex whatever. He specifically, I'm guessing he's meaning like selling the skins as like an extra like DLC kind of thing in a way, is my guess. It's kind of been like a... Nobody knows. I'm still completely confused. It doesn't end there, guys. There is so much more to the boycott. This next one, this is the one that hurt me the most. Because I noticed it when I watched the trailer where Claptrap is talking. I noticed that the voice was the same, and I was wondering what happened, and when I read this, it hurt. Basically, the old voice actor for Claptrap said that Randy Pitchford allegedly attacked him and physically assaulted him, which... obviously that means that he's not in the next game, because why would you be in the next game if like the guy who basically hired you is like physically attacking you? Because that just wouldn't make sense. If it's true or not, it wouldn't make sense either way. But he's basically not in the game. They've got a new voice actor. Kind of, to be honest, it's an okay, I guess. It's just not the same because it's a little more high pitched, and you could tell that it's just not. It's not what we veterans want. It's not the old voice, the iconic Claptrap voice that's been with you since literally the beginning. It's like the Claptrap voice and the Marcus voice are like the two biggest things in the game, I think, in my opinion. I mean, in the past, we've had characters whose voice actors have changed. I believe Roland's voice actor changed between the first game and the second game, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was. I remember playing and I thought they sounded entirely different, like two different people, and I think their voice actor changed, to be honest. But that isn't even how the boycott began. It didn't start there, guys. It actually started with a user called Supmato. I don't know how to say it. I'm really sorry. I apologize. Basically, he looked at, he basically leaked a whole bunch of information talking about a Borderlands 3 Twitch extension that they came out with. And they've already announced it and released it and everything, I think. But it's basically just a fun way for people to interact on streams, like Borderlands stuff, like I think there's like chests and stuff like that. But I actually saw it on Twitch the other day and was looking at it and everything. But he basically released a whole bunch of videos leaking information about that. And I guess Take-Two sent like private investigators to his house or something is what I read. And they like were asking him questions about it and everything. And apparently this led to 7 of his videos being copy-striked by the company. That's a pretty big deal because, like, nobody likes that. And I think YouTube has actually just about fixed their copy strike policy and everything, actually, so that it's harder for people to just go through and copy strike all of your videos and take them down and everything. Which, thank you, YouTube, finally. It's been like a big deal and everything. I don't think it's as major as I'm thinking it is or making it sound, but it's better. It's better. It's a little better. Basically, they copy striked 7 videos, which is, that's a lot of videos to copy strike, and that means that there would have had to been something of their content like in it, like 7 videos. So it's kind of like like I understand when you copy strike someone who's like literally stealing your videos. Like, I also don't like most of those channels where it's like, oh my god, watch the 3 times that this person forgot to stop recording, and then it's like, that was such a clickbait title and waste of my time, why are you doing this? But that's not even the end of it, because I believe like 2 or 3 days ago, I think it was, his channel was completely like taken down. He was planning on taking a break. He said he didn't want to come back to Borderlands 3 after all this. But now his channel's gone. Basically, what it's looking like, I actually looked up on YouTube for his channel. His channel's not there. I clicked on like a playlist from Google search and everything, and the playlist is gone. I go on, I type Supmato or Supmato, and literally all the search results are literally just people talking about the whole deal and everything of his channel's been deleted. Pretty big deal, right? So what I'm seeing now is I just looked up on Twitter, I saw some post about it. It says that following Borderlands 3 YouTuber Supmatos, not Sub. I've been saying Supmatos video about 2K Games intimidating him. I'm hearing from a source that 63 copyright claims have been filed against Supmato, and his channel will be terminated in 7 days. That was August 8th. I didn't even know about that. That's... Oh yeah, if you go and look at like his Twitter or anything, like all of his videos aren't public. They've terminated his channel. I'm guessing because of the excessive amount of copyright claims. Either that or he got like 3 strikes or whatever from saying they weren't copyrighted or whatever. But yeah, that is definitely messed up. I don't believe he's gotten 63 legitimate copyright claims, to be honest. I think he's just... I think this is a little overboard, and that there might be a little hate going on here. But that's basically like the reasons for these like boycotts and everything. I don't think a boycott's really going to have that much of an effect on like 2K or Borderlands 3. The sad part is Borderlands 3 is looking to be like an incredible, amazing game. It's like everything we've ever wanted, it looks like. And we've waited years for this. And then all this is happening and now people don't want to buy it because they want to boycott it. The issue is, I don't know if the boycott's that well known, to be entirely honest. It's probably just the small community around Submato and maybe a few others that know about it and everything. I also don't think it'll change a whole lot about Randy Pitchford or anything. Like, maybe it will, maybe it'll be wrong, but like, I don't know if it will. To be honest, I think they'll still sell like a ton of copies of the game, and people would barely know about like half of what happened. Like, they won't care. They might care, but they won't know what happened. I think it's also worth pointing out that if people were to boycott and everything, that also could mean a lot of jobs at like 2K and stuff, like the Borderlands 3 development team and everything. Like, all those people, half of them weren't associated with Randy Pitchford. Like, nobody there like tells him what to do and everything. These are decisions that he's making. It's sort of just something that hopefully will end up being resolved somehow. I'm not sure how. I think we do need to figure out what's happened with Submato and everything. I think YouTube, honestly, I don't think any of these copyright claims were legit. But basically people are talking about how he's been leaking information and everything, so it should be perfectly fine that they're able to just go through and copy strike all of his videos. But to be honest, I don't know if that's the approach to it. If you want to like sue him or something, go ahead, because at least that could be like fought out in like court or something. But like copy striking literally every video he has, like I think he's only had like 2,000, so I don't know, actually that 2K was probably the game developer, not subscriber count. I don't know how many subscribers he had. I can't really look it up because his channel doesn't exist anymore, which actually is really sad. But I'm hoping that this might have been somewhat of a push towards YouTube in making their decision to change the copywriting claim system and everything. So that's a good thing, hopefully. I wish that Submato might get his channel back and everything, and I think that 2K needs to look into doing this the right way rather than the wrong way of hurting some YouTube channel that really, I don't know if they've done, I don't know the legality of leaking stuff of this information and everything. I guess it could be a pretty bad thing and everything, but it also, it could have been good, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if copy striking all of that was right. I mean, I could understand maybe copy striking the videos that had to do with that extension, but I don't imagine he's made 70 videos about that extension. Like, that's a bit overkill. If that's him, he's really milking it. Let's just move on to another bit of developer making messes. Fortnite. Oh man. I think Fortnite's been in like every episode of gaming news so far, and this is like the 4th episode, okay? They're doing a good job, I guess. Basically, there's been a hashtag going around called remove the mech. Hashtag remove the mech. For those of you who don't know, they added these giant mech robots that it takes 2 people to control them or whatever. You have one person driving the mech, and then you have another person shooting like the rockets and the machine guns or whatever the heck it is. And a lot of people want them removed. They immediately like spawn in, and I actually ended up playing like a couple games with a friend and everything, and the mechs were like a problem 50% of the time. Like, some people would just get in them and like destroy everything, and then other people are just really sweating hard. I don't find the game as fun because of the people who try extremely hard to get a win and everything, because some of them, I don't even think they're using a controller. When I'm using a controller on Xbox, I'm pretty sure they're using mouse and keyboard, because they cannot turn that fast on a controller unless their sensitivity is literally like 1000. But basically the idea is, people are saying the mech is not fun to play with and everything. I guess they're getting owned by it and everything, which I can understand that whole point. And a lot of the content in that game seems to change a whole lot. So I'm sure at some point the mechs are going to disappear. I don't think they're going to be a forever thing. But as Epic Games is saying, they want this game to be fun for all players of all skill levels. And this is a way of introducing it, of if you're not that good at maybe shooting and stuff, you can get in a giant mech and like completely kill everybody. But it's not always like that. I guarantee it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. Epic Games has said that they aren't planning on removing the mech. It's gonna stay in the game. I have a feeling it'll eventually go, just as part of like the maps change and everything as each update comes along, each new season. I have a feeling it's gonna eventually disappear, but it's looking like it's gonna remain for the rest of. Is this season 10? Who knows? It's the rest of this season. We have even more news. That's right. Google Stadia, whatever it is, still not entirely sure what it is, if I'm entirely honest. We've got Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to Google Stadia, as well as Watchdog Legions and Gods and Monsters, and the game that I was talking about earlier, Borderlands 3. Yeah, don't really know a whole lot about it. But yeah, it looks like they're making some pretty big games move over to this title and everything. So it actually could end up being a big deal, whereas I thought it was going to be like literally nothing, to be entirely honest. Who knows? Maybe I'm still wrong. Maybe it'll be a good thing, maybe it'll be a bad thing. Don't know that. But yeah, that's basically all the gaming news we have for this week, and for a while, I guess, because I'm slow at making these videos. Yeah, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, maybe you learned something. Comment down below any other gaming news that you've heard of or think needs reported or anything. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, stick around the channel, check out my other content. I hope you enjoyed, learned something. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.